Okay, raise your hand if you have ever felt that in order to get a good workout, to get results, to get the most out of exercise, you feel like you kind of have to beat your body up. That was me, like 100%. I had a negative association with exercise for a really long time where I truly thought that in order to get results, in order to lose weight, in order to get toned up, in order to be fit, that I actually had to kind of beat my body up, that exercise was more of a punishment. It wasn't something that I was doing for my body per se, but it was doing something in a negative reaction to not liking where my weight was, or not liking how untoned my arms were, or how my legs jiggled in my bathing suit, or whatever, right? And I remember doing my first program, and it was a strength and cardio combination. It was great. It taught me so much. It taught me how effective that 30 minutes of workouts can be if you actually just keep moving and you do the right things, and you don't sit there and scroll your phone and those sorts of things. And that could be why maybe people's workouts take an hour and those sorts of things. So it taught me a lot. But then I moved on to my second workout program, and it was a Pilates and yoga combination. I had minimal experience with either of those things, and it was low impact, and it was the most humbling program I've ever done, because it was low impact. You weren't jogging or jumping or lifting heavy weights. You were using your body weight. You were using your core strength. You were working on your stability and your mobility. And I remember the trainer in that saying, you don't have to beat your body up to get a good workout. And it was true. You could get results from that. And that was when I was in my early, I think just 30, right? So now 6 years later, I'm kind of at this point where I'm doing this new workout program, and it is very strength training focused, low impact for the most part. And it's also got progressions because it's a 90-day program. So you're not going to go gung ho right off the hop and try to keep that pace for 90 days. You're going to build up to it, right? And I keep hearing the same kinds of things being said over and over again. Oh, I don't know if it's challenging enough. It's not there's so much stretching, all these sorts of things. And I'm I had to go through that learning curve myself, but maybe if you're there, I can kind of help walk you through this. There's a few things that we think that are honestly, they're myths, and they need to be debunked when it comes to fitness, especially fitness for women, because fitness is not one size fits all. If you're in your 50s or your 40s or your 30s, or you've had kids or you haven't, or you sit a lot at work, or you are an active at work and you have a really physical job, or you have really high stress levels, or your hormones are kind of in flux. All of those different scenarios actually affect how our workouts react to us and what kinds of workouts we actually need. So keep that in mind, that there's not just a one size fits all when it comes to fitness, okay? But I get asked that, I get that kind of comment a lot where it wasn't challenging enough. It wasn't I didn't do enough cardio or whatever. And I'm please just trust the process, because it's important. The other thing is when you're doing a program like this where you're using heavier weights, people are well, I don't want to get bulky. And that was my fear. I was I don't want to lift more than 5 or 7 pounds. I think maybe 3 or 5. So I was because I'm already somebody who's an athletic build. I'm a curvy girl. I was oh, but what happens if I start with lifting these heavier weights and I'm going to have these big man muscles? No, first of all, we don't have the testosterone level that men have, so it's not actually physically possible for us to have the big man muscles. But what happens is something crazy amazing when you actually lift heavier weights, and that's that your muscles, they get longer and leaner and tighter, and all of a sudden your shoulders, your posture gets better, and your waist looks tinier, and your arms look amazing in tank tops, and it takes up less space than just fat cells, right? So now all of a sudden your inches shrink, and your clothes fit better, and just so many endless amazing things that come with weights. So if you've been afraid of trying weights because of any of the things that I said before, give them a shot. And it's really important, especially as we get older as women who are more prone to things like osteoporosis and arthritis, that lifting weights actually helps us increase our bone density, because our muscles are heavier. So our bones have to be stronger to hold those muscles up. So then, getting it on later on in life, we're not having cracks and fractures and those sorts of things happen. So it's just, there's so many crazy benefits. The next thing is people are like, I never stretch, or I never do cool downs, or I don't, I never add on yoga, or I don't foam roll or anything like that. And I was totally the same, honestly. I was very busy. Like I had a lot going on. I did my 30 minutes kind of in and out, and then I hobbled around for the rest of the day, just like so sore from my workouts. What I didn't realize that was not paying attention to the mobility and stability was literally hampering my entire life, because our mobility, our ability to actually move and be stable. So like if you slip on ice, you're in Canada, or, like the wave comes and you're in the lake and all of a sudden you lose and you throw your back out, or you sleep on your pillow wrong and you're like, my goodness, what's happening with my neck? That's your real life. Mobility and stability are what's going to help you in your real life. So while they're not as sexy as, say, like lifting heavy weights or going for a run or doing cardio, they're so important. So that leads me to the last thing. Again, like I know that a lot of us love seeing on our Fitbit tracker, like when you do a cardio workout or something and you see like all the calories burnt and all the steps and all the things, and you're like, yeah, that was an awesome workout. And when you do weights, you're like, well, that wasn't very impressive. Like it only says I, burned 250 calories or something. But our bodies, after we lift weights, when the little tears in the muscles happen and our body has to work to repair them all day long for the next day, 24 to 48 hours, all of a sudden our body's like, hey, let's get this metabolism going. Let's work harder for you. Like we got this. So even though on your thing it only says 250 calories, you're getting benefits from that for a day to 2 days after. So it's crazy special. If you've been stressed out the last year and a half, and if you haven't, please tell me your secrets, because it's been so crazy. How have you not? But if you've been feeling like more stressed out, if you've been feeling like your hormones are a little bit off, or you've been feeling like maybe chronically fatigued, or your energy has been really low, consider this. Doing exercise that stresses your body out more, something like really heavy cardio or really intense workouts, your body is constantly in that fight or flight mode, instead of being like, okay, no, this is like, it doesn't know to be like, oh no, exercise is good stress. We want that stress. Our body's just like, like I can't handle this. So then I'm going to hold on to extra weight, and I'm going to hold on to tension, and I'm going to hold on to make your hormones all wacky. Having the type of workout that's actually more paced and lifting heavier and focusing on mobility and stability and those sorts of things, they make your hormones happy. They make your body be like, hey, it's okay. She's getting stronger. She's not actually trying to like hurt herself. There's no bear chasing her. She's not in some crazy danger. She's okay. It's okay to drop some weight. It's okay to release some of the inches. It's okay to do all of that. So I just wanted to share that, because those are just common things that I keep hearing. And I'm like, there were things I had to learn myself the hard way, and going through my fitness and nutrition certification, and actually like real life going through it and being like, well, that didn't work, or I'm so frustrated with myself because I'm working really hard and this isn't helping. And then, not seeing the results. So I wanted to share those fitness myths. Obviously, so much of this relies also on your nutrition. So if you're working hard in your workouts and you're not following some kind of nutrition plan, even if it's just eat more vegetables, drink more water, you're not doing yourself a service. You're doing yourself a disservice, right? So I'll talk about that another day, but I just wanted to share that. So thanks for hopping on, guys. Take care.